Taurus Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Taurus. Okay, so this is for any placements of Taurus you have in your chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. So I have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out. And if you are a cross-watcher, I welcome you with open arms, because I know that I was a cross-watcher for many of it in myself, so I get you and I got you. Now, I use Radleigh Valentine Fairy Tarot deck. I'll also mention when it's time for you to utilize your own intuition. And with that being said, let's get into the cards, my lovely Tauruses. Yeah. So the first card is the Seven of Spring. Now the Seven of Spring talks about be assertive, don't back down from what you believe, courageously stand up for yourself. What is it you're standing up for? When you do, you'll be able to attract a Queen of Spring into your reality. Now, the Queen of Spring is a brilliant, loyal, talented, and friendly individual. She says, believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you. Maintain a balance between work and home life. Yeah. Yes. Then you have the King of Autumn. Now, the King of Autumn is a compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and gifted individual. So be assertive and don't back down from it. Be assertive when it comes to what you know is right. Believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you. Maintain a balance between work and home life. Yeah. Seven of Spring. Don't back down from what you believe. And spring because people want to help you. And when you know that it's right, just know that it's right for you, and you shouldn't back down from it. No, it says be assertive when it comes to what you know is right. Everything going your way, a good company or person to work for. Yep. Maybe some people are not so keen on you working where you're working, but you love it, and that's all that matters. Then you have the Awakening card. Now, the Awakening card is the Hanged Man in this deck. It talks of change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness, a temporary pause in action. Yes. A temporary pause in action, which will lead to a life experience. Let go, which is, well, it will lead to you letting go of belief systems that no longer work for you because you had the time to contemplate what is really beneficial for you and what isn't. It says an important life-changing event, a situation that leads to significant opportunities. Yes, that is good. Yeah. Next, you have the Prince of Spring. Now, the Prince of Spring is a charming, self-confident, passionate, and restless individual. It says, immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, a passionate relationship. So once you've, I feel like what I'm getting is that when you go within and you figure out what you need to do to shift whatever this is that you want to shift, you'll be able to let go of belief systems that no longer work for you, which will bring things crumbling down because you're not used to not doing it. And that is going to lead you to take significant action on the spot. You need to do it, or else another tower moment is going to be waiting for you right around the bend. Then you have the Lover's card. Now, the Lover's card talks of a choice, right? A choice made from the heart, a return to good health, or true love that is long-lasting. So whatever it is a decision that must be made. Like I said, because if you don't make this decision, you might end up in another tower moment, which is not something that people would like. You know, one tower moment a decade would be amazing. But sometimes some people have more tower moments than they can handle in one life, in 1 year. Depends on how headstrong you are and how much you do not want to change or improve. generally when tower moments happen, it's because there's an improvement that must be downloaded within yourself that has not happened yet. Now, you're kind of like a computer. When your system is way too old on the computer and it can't really do what you want it to do, you need to, it's going to take you some time to download a new software. It's the same thing with human beings, except it takes longer. It does. Now, the next card is the Six of Summer, and the Six of Summer talks of children or childhood, the return of romances or people from your past, remembering things differently in a better or worse light than how they actually occurred. Yes, it's just, so I feel like this is, because my eye went directly to the Lovers. It's related to this choice. Might possibly be about someone who is returning from your past or returning from a past life. You never know, right? One of your soul family people is what I'm picking up on. Yeah. Write that down. Soul family. Okay. Next, for the second set, you start off with the Sun card. So whomever this is, maybe you know them, maybe you don't. It doesn't really matter. Alright, whatever it is, they bring you extreme happiness, or at least they align, you get more aligned with happiness when they're around you, is what I'm picking up. Because in reality, the only person who chooses if you're happy or not is you. But external factors might lead you to being more accepting of happiness at a specific time, right? So the Sun card is Leo energy, by the way. It talks about plan your next steps plans that work out perfectly. Amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations. Gratitude for the blessings of life. Yeah. Well, on this card, he's on a unicorn. But generally, yeah. Generally, in the Sun card, he is on something's back. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it's a horse. In this case, it's a unicorn. In this case, right? Then you have the World. Now, the World talks about completion, right? It says, brilliant success, the freedom to go in any direction, a journey that is now complete. You completed a cycle. You have gone above and beyond what could have been done. As I was saying, above and beyond what could have been done. Alright? Next, you have the Nine of Autumn. Now, the Nine of Autumn talks about reward yourself for all your hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed, cherishing your time alone. Aha. So, you're in a better cycle, you're in a new cycle, and you love it. You enjoy it greatly. But then, something's going to come up, and it is going to indicate that you might feel the need to move on with the Eight of Summer, which is the Eight of Cups, which says, the desire for a more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. So, we have the life experience. Yeah, we have the life experience in the first card, which lets you to learn certain things, and then you living this current reality, you enjoy it, but it's not really what you want, Then you have the Eight of Autumn. Now, the Eight of Autumn talks of, going back to school, doing research before proceeding, education in the form of seminars, going back to school, or apprenticeships, excellent craftsmanship, or long-term projects. So, after you leave something behind and you move on to something greater, because that is what you're feeling, you notice that you're going to have to go into, you're going to have to learn more about it before proceeding. It's completely normal. Then you have the Five of Summer. Now the Five of Summer is the Five of Cups. It says trust that there is a reason for everything that's happening. What I am getting is that trust that there is a reason for this shift to be happening right now. Okay? There probably is a reason. It might lead you to heartbreak with the Three of Winter, which is the Three of Swords, but don't allow it to stop you from doing. Avoid having it stop you from doing what it is you wanted to create in the first place, right? Right. Or else, so then I'm not sure if I should say or else. But the next card is the Prince of Winter. Okay. So avoid staying in that feeling forever, because if you continually feel that, okay, you will attract a similar feeling to you, which is not necessarily what you want per se, right? With the Prince of Winter, who is an intellectual, determined, focused, and impulsive individual, not like an intuitive impulse, but like egoic impulse. This is not the best. Then, so I feel like that is what it is between heal quickly from this Three of Winter in order for you to avoid a repeat of a Prince of Winter, or in order for you to attract a King of Spring. Yeah. So the King of Spring is an innovative, theatrical, wise, and inspiring individual. It says a financial windfall. Your leadership skills are needed now. An unexpected supporter of your cause. Because generally the Prince of Winter is more all about him, more self-centered, and the King of Spring is more, he likes to spend more time with others, be more involved in their well-being, and so on and so forth, because he is wise. He does know that being self-centered might not help you get to where you want to get to quicker. It might actually get you there slower. Yeah. Then you have the Nine of Summer. Now the Nine of Summer talks of complete emotional fulfillment. So which means that with the King of Spring, with the King of Spring type, you'll definitely be able to become independent, at least to feel independent, or at least do the things necessary to be independent, right? Because the Nine of Summer talks of wishes come true, dreams fulfilled, the magical time of life. So it's like the codependency that the Prince of Winter was all about, because he's not mature enough yet to stand by himself. The King of Spring is going to allow you to have. Now, I don't know if this is you taking on those energies or if this is two different people, but in any case, whatever it is, after the shift happens of the King of Spring, you are definitely walking into happy times, right, with the wish fulfillment. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get into a relationship with any of them. If you do, well, that's great. That's your decision. But I'm just saying there's a definite development, definite going up, definite improvement for you. If you follow these, this resonates. This reading resonates for you. Next, you have the Nine of Winter. Now, this being a new cycle, and this being a new type of person, possibly you've had multiple Princes of Winter who are very self-centered, who don't think of the people around them, who are not used to putting someone else before them. When you graduate to the King of Spring, that will be a shift, not only in the way that other people treat you, but the way that how your mentality is going to evolve with that with that as well. So for possibly little time, a small portion of time, it will feel very worrisome because you're like, I don't want to lose this. I want to keep this next to me. I want to keep being in this emotion for as long as possible. And the best way to stay in that emotion as long as possible is to mention it. If you want to, the best way to keep the thing that you want going is to talk about the thing that you want going, that you want to continue on, to talk about it. One of the worst ways to have something you want stay in your life is to talk about the thing you don't want. Okay? So talk about the rest. I'm guessing that with this individual or this energy that is the King of Spring, there is an emotion, there is a feeling of reciprocity, there's a feeling of sharing, there's a feeling of feeling good enough, right? Because the Six of Autumn, which is a card, talks of the good you do comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely or repaying a debt. So there's a definite improvement that you want to keep going, you want to keep it going and want to keep it alive within your reality. And the best way to keep it alive in your reality is by talking of it, talking specifically of that, not of how that might make you, well, how the opposite might make you feel. No, you talk of what you want, and only of what you want. That is key in manifesting what you want, is talking about that and only that, and how that makes you feel. That's it, right? So the third set, alright, starts with the Eight of Spring. Now the Eight of Spring, alright, talks of stress that comes from having many things happening at once, successful multitasking, sudden events or changes. I feel like if you feel like there's a lot of things happening at once, the best thing that must be done is to find a way to successfully manage or prioritize. Priority management is the actual thing. What is more important for you to do right now? What is more important for you to do later? What can you do later? That type of thing. And being able to tap into that, you'll be able to tap into the King of Summer energy. Now the King of Summer, alright, is a very honorable, devoted, mature, and warm-hearted individual. This card says the romantic partner you can trust, excellent advice that comes from the heart, getting involved in cultural or creative endeavors. It's knowing what you can do when. You know, I feel like when you are able to manage your time, then you'll be able to better prioritize and be able to fit everything you want to do in your schedule, right? Then you have Unity. Now, Unity is the Hierophant card in this deck, and what it says is do the right thing for the right reasons. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you, a spiritually minded community. Yep. So what was I getting at? Well, here it says do the right thing for the right reasons, which with the successful multitasking bit, I feel like it's find a way to successfully manage your priorities in order for you to make the best choice, because the next card is the Two of Summer, which is the Two of Cups in this deck, which talks of falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone, forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up, your relationship can be healed. Maybe I'm thinking along the wrong lines, but usually, for some reason, I thought of that, so it has to be relevant. There is a choice that you're going to have to make, possibly, and that choice is going to be, like, it's going to have to be a choice made from the heart. Something that is in alignment with what you want to create, which I think would be Mm, yeah, it's a choice. You have to decide to go down the right path and do. Are you gonna do the traditional, or are you gonna do the? Are you gonna do something new? And whatever it is, there will be a sense of drudging, not dreading, but drudging. So it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna feel like you're walking against hot water, like the current hot, like as if you're walking against hot water current, which is extremely difficult to do. Imagine being in a lukewarm tub or in a lukewarm pool where the water is like you have a jet of water trying to push you back and you're like, oh, I can't move. So imagine having it be hot, you're not wanting to do anything because the water's too hot. You feel well, it's not really the time or place to do excessive exercise. I mean, now that brings me back to the thought of how did they fight in extreme heat in the desert? I don't know why I'm making those connections in my mind, but I find that when it's hot, I don't feel like doing anything, right? I don't know. It's just personal, but excuse me. So yeah, you're gonna have a lot of things happening at once. Possibly that don't really instill a want to move at this point, and that is why it is suggested that you ask for help from others. All work and no play, being weighed down by too many responsibilities. Maybe the hot water is the too many responsibilities, and you don't know how to do all these things at the time where they are being asked of you. Which is interesting because the next card is the Emperor card. And the Emperor card talks of use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized, a firm but compassionate leader. Yep. Yep. And after that, you have the Dreamer. The Dreamer is the equivalent of the Fool in this deck. So basically, that Ten of Spring that makes you feel like you're drudging against, like you're walking against a jet of hot water, which doesn't really make you want to do much. The way to overcome that is by using logic and structure to increase your success, as well as getting organized, becoming a firm but compassionate leader of your own life, so that you can embrace your true purpose and begin a new adventure and trust yourself, because you've managed organizing yourself. You got that down. Now you're looking onto greener pastures. That must have been some energy I shifted in a yawn. So now for the fourth set. Alright. Yeah. The fourth set starts off with the Chariot card, which is Cancer energy, which talks of success that comes from dedication and self-discipline, celebrating your accomplishments, being in the spotlight. Yes. Yes. So as I said, there's definite forward movement in the right direction, which is great. Then you have the Ace of Summer in the reverse. Now the Ace of Summer in the reverse would talk of you're closing your heart, not having a new beginning or intimate relationship, or birthing something new because you're too occupied doing the old thing. The old cycle is still fresh, so you're not starting something new, or it's not a rebirth of an old one because it's still ongoing, right? then it says, so I feel like for the time being, like the intuitive epiphanies that you're getting, you're kind of squashing them down because it's more important to see this project through to the end than start something else, right? Then you have the Three of Autumn pointing towards the right. Now, the Three of Autumn, alright, talks of follow your passion when it comes to your career, be the best at what you do, being compensated for your creative talents. And cards pointing towards the right to me mean that they happen in the past. They're going to happen in the future, or they are happening soon. How quick, I have no idea, but if you continue doing what you've been doing up to this point, it's definitely going to come to pass, right? Especially because you have found what it is you like to do. Alright, with the Two of Summer, you've decided you're sticking with it, and you made all this progress, and this is why you're not changing your mind for shit, and this is what you love to do, so that is what you're staying with. And then the next card is the Ten of Autumn. Now, the Ten of Autumn talks of take steps to ensure the financial security of your children or other loved ones, making wise investments or planning for retirement, honoring family traditions. So whatever this idea is, the old one that you had to rethink with the Emperor card by using logic and structure to increase your success, alright, that is definitely going to bring massive return. I mean, massive, not just a little, but a lot. Possibly because you've balanced yourself out, which is you utilize temperance, which is Sagittarian energy, which talks of take everyone's input into consideration, merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time, there's no need to rush. Yep. You took your time, you waited, and you didn't push for the Ten of Autumn to come about. You actually waited and followed your intuition about it, and that is why now that it's here, you feel more balanced as an individual. Then, once you've completed this, whatever it is, it is then suggested that you think about, do you want to keep this in your reality or not? Do you want to continue on doing this, or do you want to stop? Right? So, my gorgeous Tauruses, that is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this, and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post some stuff, as well as leaving me a comment. I adore comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. And with that being said, my gorgeous Tauruses, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!